If there's one thing we can say about the current WWE roster, it's that it's a bit thin. Following the brand split, it's clear we need some more bodies, and while NXT is great for that, there's a much quicker option, namely bringing back former stars who we already know can go. Once you've performed on the highest level and understand the WWE schedule, it's not like you forget, you've just got to ease back into it, and when you do, you can become a superstar again. And that's what we need in 2017, superstars, with a capital S. I'm Simon from What Culture, and this is 10 former WWE stars who should return in 2017. Number 10, Shelton Benjamin. This one seems to be an almost certainty. Not only was Shelton Benjamin rumoured to be coming back in 2016, but he even came out and told us it was all happening. Then we all got excited, threw Shelton Benjamin parties, took our pants off, and then the worst happened. Shelton found out he needed surgery just weeks before making his comeback, which, as you could imagine, put him on the shelf for a while. You can't do much on the shelf, unless you're a book. Rehab seems to be going well for the man though, so when he's back to 100%, there's only one thing for it, bringing him home to the WWE. We all know Benjamin is incredible in the ring, and he's a proper name that fans from the past will remember. He'd fit into SmackDown perfectly, so 2017 has got to be his year. Number 9, Rey Mysterio. Bringing back Rey Mysterio to the WWE fold just makes all the sense in the world at the moment. Not only is the masked one loved by pretty much everyone, but he can still go with the best of them. Why wouldn't you want that on your books? There's also a more controversial angle that we should consider. While Rey has the star power and credibility to jump back into the main event scene, which is probably the better move to be honest, you could make the argument that it would do wonders for 205 Live. Along with Neville, that's some serious star power in the mix and gives you a huge reason to tune in. You're seeing proper legends duke it out. Mysterio could very well make that whole division feel like a massive deal. Makes me quite excited just thinking about it. Number 8, MVP. The story of MVP recently has been all over the place. In Lucha Underground for all of a minute, he remains a very talented pro wrestler that easily has one more WWE run in him. 2017 should be that time. Another excellent choice for somewhere like SmackDown, MVP also has the experience to help younger guys, meaning he's double whatever he was worth before I mentioned that. He's been gone from the company for ages too, leaving in 2010. An absence undoubtedly makes the heart grow fonder. He'd be a serious asset in the WWE and a welcome nod to an older era. That character is still entertaining as well, so there's no reason not to, at the very least, extend the olive branch. Number 7, Carlito. I loved Carlito. Seemingly never given a damn about anything, both in front of the camera and behind it, there was just something addictively entertaining about him. It didn't hurt that he spat apples in people's faces that he didn't think were cool, which is just bonkers when you think about it, and I got a right kick out of him. With all that in mind, I think the same would be true in 2017. I'm not saying he should be thrust into the main event or given a long run with a title, but I am saying he'd be good to have around, and that he would add a certain amount of star power to either roster. Number 6, Gail Kim. While she may be in the twilight of her career, Gail Kim is still one of the best women wrestlers in the world today. With countless incredible matches under her belt by this stage, she has earned one more run in the WWE and the time couldn't be more appropriate. As great as the female divisions are in WWE at the moment, it needs more bodies and it needs more names. It's just far too shallow at the moment and we keep seeing the same feuds over and over again. Gail Kim could shake that up instantly as either a heel or as a face. You could even throw her straight into the title picture and I don't think anyone would mind too much. Imagine the matches she could have with Charlotte or Sasha Banks too. She's cut from the same mold and it would be awesome to see her tear it up with the stars of tomorrow. So make it happen, WWE! Stop mucking around. Number 5, Rob Van Dam. The eternal question always seems to be when, not if, is RVD returning? The man himself is very coy about the whole thing and always suggests that it'll happen when it happens, and he's happy for it to happen when it feels right to happen. Cool. The point is, however, that there's no real genuine legends from the past that WWE hasn't used recently, but RVD is definitely such a figure. Sure, it's not like his return would be super surprising like Goldberg simply because we've seen him come back before, but he always gets a great response and by and large, fans love him. He would add tremendous depth to Raw or SmackDown and set up new feuds the minute he walked through the door. Who doesn't want to see Neville versus RVD? I do, and if you don't, you're part of the problem. Given that on occasion WWE literally does nothing with Neville, I now want to see it even more. Number 4, Johnny Mundo. Johnny Mundo / John Morrison is great. He was great before he left the WWE, but in the years since he's only become better still. Better in the ring, better on the mic, just better all round. On top of that, he can play both a heel or a face, meaning he's a genuine asset. And right now, WWE needs assets. This would be an appealing concept if he was an exciting indie talent just making his name, but Mundo is a guy who already has a premier resume. He's been a tag champion, an intercontinental champion, an ECW champion. People know who he is, and he's still flipping around having great matches like not a day has passed since he parted ways with the WWE in 2011. There are literally dozens of good opponents for Mundo on either side of the coin, all of which I would pay good money to see. Hell, even a feud with former running buddy The Miz would feel fresh and exciting. The options are endless. Number 3, Jeff Hardy. Jeff Hardy is just one of those pro wrestlers that's over no matter where he goes or what he does. He's got something about him that fans love, and because of that, he'll always feel like a massive deal. That won't change should he return to the WWE. Jeff has made little secret about his desire to return to the place where it all started at some point, and there's no reason why that can't be in 2017. Has he done all he can do in TNA? Potentially. And going somewhere new, even though it's somewhere old, will probably invigorate him to raise his game even higher still. Well, either that or the platforms he jumps off. How Jeff Hardy hasn't been more injured in his career, I will never know. The man is like an ant, because I presume ants don't get injured a lot. He would create a huge buzz if he did return. For that reason alone, he's a worthy candidate. Number 2, Kurt Angle. Out of everyone on this list, Kurt Angle is the name most people just have no clue about. In the summer of 2016, it seemed like this was a done deal. The Olympic hero was on his way back home. Then it all fell apart and we were told it was never on the cards, and we should all be ashamed of ourselves for thinking it was in the first place. The reason 2017 is so pivotal for Angle and the WWE is because if it doesn't happen then, it's fair to start assuming it never will. Kurt isn't a young man and his bump card is surely almost filled up. There will come a time when he can't perform to the level he wants and will walk off triumphantly into the night. He's so skilled though and such a name in the industry that letting that happen without one more run under the watchful eyes of Vince McMahon would be a travesty. He creates dream matches just by walking through the door, and we all love dream matches. The clock is most certainly ticking on this. Let's hope it ticks the right way. Number 1, Matt Hardy. Matt Hardy is the hottest thing in pro wrestling, or at least he is at the time of recording this list. If you need any proof, just go and watch any of the reactions he gets when he pops up away from TNA. The crowd go crazy for him, as they do when he appears on Impact Wrestling too. The broken persona Matt Hardy has created is pure entertainment, and he's so committed to it, and so good at it, there's no reason it can't run and run. It's also a gimmick that would transfer perfectly to the biggest of all the stages. Characters have always been the bread and butter of the WWE, and there's no bigger character at the moment than Broken Matt. Yeah, there's some worries that Meek Mahan wouldn't understand how to use him and not let his brilliance shine through, but I'm willing to take that chance. To see 70,000 people at WrestleMania shouting delete? That sounds perfect to me.
Wonderful! That's lovely.
Know of any other stars that should come back to WWE in 2017? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. You can even come tell me on Twitter at SimonMiller316. I'm Simon from What Culture, and I'll chat to you again soon.